Hi everyone, I'm Aideen and welcome to Playful Pathways. Today I am answering one of your Help Me questions. This one comes from Jen, who writes, how can I get my kids to help tidy up after themselves? When I ask, they run away, hide, or just continue playing and ignore me. I've tried to make it fun by playing games and music, and I've also taken toys away when they don't help. The youngest, who is 2, is the only one who'll help sometimes. What else can I do? Thank you very much for your question, Jen. This is a really tricky one. It's hard to teach kids to take responsibility for things that they may not find very fun to do, and for them to learn that lesson that sometimes in life we just have to do things that we don't want to do. Now, little children usually really enjoy being helpful. They're at a stage where they're learning lots of things and they're excited about that. They're watching what you're doing, they're watching and wanting to participate and gain these new skills and copy what you're doing, and they often feel really good about that. But sometimes as they get older, this can begin to feel a little bit less exciting, a little bit less interesting, and they can also start to be influenced by older children who perhaps haven't got such a great enthusiasm for helping out. And it sounds as though this might be what's happening in your family. It seems like somewhere along the way, your older kids perhaps have gotten the message that it's okay not to tidy up, that there are no consequences or there's no fallout from not taking responsibility for that. And also perhaps they're not feeling any reward or motivation to help out. So thinking about the suggestions that I can offer, we're going to have a look at my 6 roots of strong parent-child relationships. And actually my tips are going to cover a little bit of each of these. Simplifying. Are there just too many toys in your house? When there's too much stuff or too many options, it can be quite overstimulating for children, and it can also mean that they reduce their motivation to care for the things that they have. If you want some more advice on decluttering the toys, then check out the video link at the end of this one. Boundaries. Make sure you set and communicate really clear expectations about what your children's responsibilities are. So for example, you might say that all the tidying up has to be done at the end of the day before they have dinner or before they go to bed. And also be really clear about what tidying up means. Does it mean that everything has to go into those boxes or into those cupboards? Or does it just mean it has to be into the playroom? If you're going to set consequences, then make sure that these are very clear and communicated in advance. So for example, you might say, we won't be able to go to the park this afternoon until all of the Lego has been put back into the box. Make sure that the children have really understood this and that you are prepared to follow through. And whenever you are reinforcing these consequences, try to maintain a really positive attitude and one that expects cooperation. So of course we can go to the playground once everything has been tidied away, so that they are more motivated to cooperate with you. If you want some more advice on setting boundaries, then have a look at those links at the end of this video. Consistency. Make sure that you are really consistent on setting those expectations and following through on any consequences. Try as much as possible to get a bit of a rhythm and a routine going on with tidying up. So it might be that you say it happens at the same time every day. And when you can, give your children countdowns so that they know that time is coming up. So you'll say to them, right, you've got 5 minutes left to play and then it's tidy up time. You've got 1 minute left to play and then it's tidy up time, so that they know what's coming next. Tuning in and reflecting. If your kids are still struggling to get motivated to do this, and they're going to need a little bit of support and focus from you until they can manage to do it on their own. Don't do the job for them, but you can offer to help them, to take turns, and feel free to empathize with them when they're grumbling and groaning. Yes, it's rubbish. Nobody really likes tidying up, but you know what? It has to be done. Try not to pay too much attention to the things that they're not doing, and save your energy and your focus for when you see them doing the things that you want them to be doing. And try not to be drawn into the squabbles between them about who's helping and who's not helping. It's really important, if you're wanting to increase that motivation for them to help out, that they hear from you how much you appreciate it and you've really seen how much they've helped out, and that you really acknowledge and give them some positive feedback for that. Playfulness. It sounds as though you've already made some attempts and some efforts to be playful with tidying up. which is great. If you've got one child who's on board and willing to cooperate, then work with them. Use games, use timers, use music to try and make it fun and enjoyable as you can possibly make it. If you've got a sense that they would enjoy a little bit of competition, then you could set the challenge that everyone tries to do it before the end of the piece of music, or that they try to beat the time that they did it in yesterday. But be careful that you're not setting up a competition between the siblings, but making it something that they can all work towards doing together as a team. So to summarize, try to make your life easier by reducing the amount of toys that you have in your house. Set very clear expectations and consequences, and be very consistent in reinforcing these, and try to get a rhythm and a routine going as much as possible. Motivate and encourage your children by really letting them know when they've done something well, even if it's only just one little thing. And try to make the whole experience as enjoyable and as playful as you possibly can, rather than a chore to be avoided at all costs. I really hope that you find some useful suggestions in my answer, Jen. To see more of my videos, then make sure you press subscribe on my YouTube channel. And if you've got another question that you'd like to submit, then head to my Patreon page, where patrons can ask questions and see other resources and guides linked to my videos. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye.